It doesn't get any bigger than that.
When I was younger, it was my parents always believed in me. Football will come and go, but my family will last forever.
It's the year that I finally got everything I wanted back, including myself. Because of all the bullying, I found fighting. It made it all fit.
'Cause you get around eventually.
It's Dancing with the Stars' most memorable year night. And now get ready for some memories and welcome our stars. Doug and Karina.
Ginger and Val.
Jody and Keo.
Kim and Sasha.
Marla and Tony.
Isha and Artem.
Niall and Peta.
Paige and Mark.
Vaughn and Whitney.
Wanye and Lindsay.
Hello there. Welcome to Dancing with the Stars. I'm Tom Bergeron.
And I'm Erin Andrews. We've got one of our favorite competition weeks in store as each of our stars reveals the personal story behind their most memorable year.
Indeed, plus another couple, unfortunately, will be eliminated at the end of the show. Right now, though, let's get into what promises to be an emotion-packed night with GMA's chief meteorologist, Ginger Z.
Oh, yeah, I hear them cheering. Well, before Ginger and Val perform their contemporary routine, here's more about a defining time in her life and career.
You're amazing.
Thank you. Last Monday was awesome.
7.
My husband was in the audience. You couldn't miss him. It felt so good to have that support and that love in the room.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Welcome.
Mwah. So romantic
See you
here.
Prime.
Wow.
My most memorable year is 2013 because everything in my life started to change. This is where I had my first date with Ben. This is where we got engaged. This is where we had our first kiss. Everything happens at this fountain. All but having the baby, like, on the fountain. All I thought about from the time I was in Flint, Michigan at a tiny TV station until I got to Good Morning America was where do I go next? So career has always been #1 until I met Ben.
Ginger and I met 3 years ago through a mutual friend at a charity event, and I knew I was going to marry her as soon as I met her.
2013 was the year I got engaged, so that started the whole thing where now I have a baby, and that has been the best moment of my life.
So why are we dancing to this song in particular?
This song is important to me because I love Philip Phillips, for one, but my husband knew that, and he got me the sheet music for the song Home, and we hung it in our first home together. At the end of the day, the most important thing to me is family. It's my son and my husband, everything that's become what I know as home.
So what we do here is very important. Found. Like, this is our home. Like, this is our space.
When I do this dance on Monday, it will absolutely be a career highlight because now it's like my career and my personal life are coming together. I'm able to tell the story with dance. It's going to be the most beautiful moment of the season for me.
Okay, let's go home. Good job.
Nice job.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this wave is stringing us along, just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Ginger and Val. Beautiful start to the night. Okay, late. All right, we gotta keep it. You know about live shows, we gotta keep them moving. Okay. You got plenty of time for that later. I love watching you smile.
Thank you.
I really do. Let's see if their comments will make more smiles. Len?
You know, dance is a marriage between movement and music, and I thought you really pulled that off.
Thank you.
I would have liked a little bit more fluidity in the arms on occasion, not...
Whoa.
You're gonna boo. If you're gonna boo, let's hear it. I would have liked a little bit more fluidity, but what a great start to the show. Well done.
By the way, let me just say, so far your booing is not that convincing.
Not
I'm just
really.
saying.
No.
Bruno, go ahead.
Try better. But you did well. It was very well pitched and very well played. It had a very clear emotional story throughout. You had very, very good intention. Actually, you make a very nice little actor, you know.
Thank you.
Every little frame was absolutely believable. It was wonderful. He's right. What it is, and it's everybody, not just you. When you just first start dancing, it's the question of reaching and extending the reach of the movement. That's all you have to do.
Marianne?
When I was watching, all I could think of was, wow, what a beautiful story that you just created through your movements to be able to pass down. It's like, it's such a beautiful gift to give your child. And it was a beautiful gift for you to give to us. The joy was contagious and you were so effervescent. Beautiful.
All right, nice. Ginger and Val are going to get their scores after the break. And still to dance, Wanye, Niall, Vaughn, and Jody. Next up, our Heisman Trophy winner, Doug Flutie, talks about a day that changed his life. He'll dance with Karina live. All right, guys.
Hey, welcome back. Before the break, we saw a gorgeous contemporary routine from Ginger and Val, and your most memorable year. And I was telling you during dress rehearsal, that struck a chord with me. We saw your husband, Ben, get emotional. Has it been like to have your baby, your hubby here, seeing all this?
It's real life. Real life happened, and we were talking about that. You don't know that you can have it all, and right now I feel like I do, and it's really special. And I have Val. I got it all.
You know what? That's just unfair. You've got a baby, you've got a husband, you've got Val. Ginger, I need you to share with America.
It's, may I add, it's amazing.
We're not awing you. We're eyeing
This little peanut, we get to meet your baby.
They let him in. We're not that cruel. Oh, wait. Val?
He's still sad about Geraldo.
He's upset about Geraldo.
Very upset about Geraldo still.
Well. But he thought you did fabulous. Let's try to cheer him up with some scores, shall we?
No pressure, but those scores better be fantastic.
Let's see what those scores are. Oh, no.
Carrie-Anne Inaba.
7.
Len Goodman.
7.
Bruno Tognoli.
7.
You know what, Bruno? This baby is ticked off, and it's your fault. All right, 21 out of 30, yes, for Ginger and Val. This week, of course, you're going to get 11 votes per phone line and per email address at abc.com and on Facebook. Vote for these guys to cheer this little...
He's going to be part of our trio later on in the season.
He definitely will be part of the trio, and he's wanting better scores, judges. Tom?
Let me tell you, in 22 seasons, that's not the first crybaby we've had on the show. Let me tell you, they're usually bigger. Next up, with the story of the day that his family suffered 2 heartbreaking losses, NFL legend Doug Flutie. Tonight, he and Karina dance a waltz to an Oscar-nominated song performed by Grammy nominee Andra Day.
Latin Week was a blast.
Doug Flutie is in the game.
My wife was so proud. It's all I ever wanted. You know, it's what I've done all my life is go out and try to show off, so my wife will be happy. I think I do always put family first because of the way I was raised. Growing up, financially, we barely made ends meet, but my parents were always there.
They would do anything for their kids.
This week, we're dancing a waltz to the Rainbow Connection to honor my parents.
Reach, you draw in rainbows.
2015, it's a year I'll never forget. Dad had been ill and he was in rough shape. After a week in the hospital, my father passed away. Dad had passed, Mom got up, walked over, gave him a kiss on the forehead, and then fell forward and was gone. Losing both parents in the same day, I still struggle on a daily basis to understand what happened. I had the opportunity to let my father know how I felt about him. I didn't have that opportunity with my mother. The The doctor said the only explanation is what they call dying of a broken heart.
They were together for almost 60 years, and they just wanted to be gone together, to go together.
You saying bye to your soulmate, to the love of your life.
It's a family tragedy, but it's also an amazing love story.
This is the dance of your parents' souls coming together again. I'm so quiet.
Songs about rainbows and what's on the other side. Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. Oh, so we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong. Wait and see. Someday we'll find it. The rainbow connection. The lovers, the dreamers, and me. Someday we'll find it. The rainbow connection. Oh, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Doug and Karina, Andra Day, and Ray Chu live. Andra will be back later in the show. Come on, guys. It's a good recovery from that, buddy. Good recovery. Beautiful dance. And Bruno, you start.
They're right with you, I tell you. They're very, very proud of you. And I really appreciate the fact that from last week you went from an expression of physicality and you really tried for this kind of lyrical and smooth quality in the waltz, and you did it very, very well. It's very, very hard to do. And you were so connected emotionally, it's almost hard to criticize you. But I have to say something. You know, the waltz, yeah, there's one thing in the waltz. You have to maintain a fluidity and a flow. It has to go through the bar, you know, you go like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And at some moment it kind of stopped, but you did extremely, extremely well.
All right. All right. Carrie Ann.
We've only just begun.
Yeah.
This is how your parents live on. When you dance like that, with just the pure emotion that you danced with. I give bonus points when you rip our heart out and make us like, you just like caressed my heart into this beautiful fairy tale of a love story, and you created magic. Yes, it was a very simple routine, but you shone brightly in that routine, Doug. Thank you.
All right.
Well done, Karina.
Well, it was a little unstable at times, but it had elegance, it had style, it had emotion, and it truly was two people coming together and dancing as one. Well done.
Beautifully done, guys. Really. And then rock too. All right, Dominic Bowden and Louis Van Amstel are hosting our live stream on abc.com/BWTS All Access with their guests Niall and Peta. Immediately following the show tonight, they've got another special after party. Erin?
Great job, Doug. Karina, beautiful. We're kissing everyone. No. And Doug, as you're getting hugs and kisses, I mean, I know you well, and I can see it in your eyes. Just put into words right now. This has been an emotional couple months, I know.
Yeah, we just wanted to make Mom and Dad proud.
Yeah.
That, you know, she's amazing. I don't know.
You did. It was beautiful. Really good job. Let's get your scores.
Carrie Ann Inaba.
7.
Len Goodman.
6.
Bruno Tognoli.
7.
So a 20 out of 30 for Doug and Karina. Of course, every single vote counts. So get to it online, on Facebook, phone lines. You know, if they're able to make it past tonight, they're going to need your votes for next week's. Tom?
Now your booing is better. Sitcom star Kim Fields has laced up her roller skates to tell us about the facts of her life. Plus, more dances are on the way from the rest of our cast. This is the night when they reveal things we've never heard before.
2008 when the OC was at its prime. I just got to the point where I was like, I'm not sure I'm enjoying this anymore.
When I saw my son for the first time, I knew right there that I had to work hard to give him the life I never had.
I just hated the person that I'd become. It dimmed my light for a long time. And I don't feel like I have to do that anymore.
Kim Fields' dance is all about the facts of life moments from now. Dancing with the Stars is live on ABC. Up here in the balcony with Dharma. Do you want to say welcome back?
Welcome back.
You did great. Okay. Leave your resume. Next up, to dance a foxtrot with Sasha, the star of The Facts of Life and The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kim Fields' most memorable year took her from Harlem to Hollywood.
My most memorable year is 1976 because that's when I booked my first gig, Mrs. Butterworth syrup commercial. I was 7 years old, and we were, you know, fresh in LA from Harlem, New York.
Our first audition was Mrs. Butterworth, and it was so competitive.
Janet Jackson was at the audition, and I got so intimidated. There was that sense of, do I really belong here? Mommy, please take me home.
I took her in the bathroom and I said, let me tell you something. You got to believe that this is why we came here, and you got to believe that God is not going to let you down. So we went back out, and that little competitor that was in Harlem, I saw it come out in California.
Mrs. Butterworth?
Yes?
How come you taste so good?
The Miss Butterworth commercial launched everything.
I love you.
It ended up leading to guest appearances on Good Times and then Facts of Life.
She was so young and so short, so they put her in roller skates so that she could fit into the picture with all of us. Of course, today I'm the shortest. I'm now 4'7", but I'm still above ground.
I want you to use your background, as in like you are a little girl and you're back in time and you're getting the chance to relive it.
Between the Miss Butterworth syrup commercial and all of the Facts of Life years, that all rolls into one very memorable time for me. I started feeling like this was like a big thank you note to the fans.
Would Tootie back in the day do a kick like that?
I know how much the Facts of Life means to so many people.
Yeah, that's Tootie smile. There it is.
And it all started with a little black girl talking to a syrup bottle.
Nicely done. I love the set, too. How'd that feel?
That's amazing.
Yeah, I thought it might. Carrie Ann.
It feels like just yesterday I used to watch that show and be like, I want to be one of them. Why do you look exactly the same?
That's what I said. That's what I said. Exactly.
It's kind of freaky. But congratulations on looking exactly the same. What I love about you two is you dance like Wonder Twins. Exactly matching precisely. That is not easy to do. You have very different body styles and come from different backgrounds of movement. And together you guys are just the A-team. A-team.
There you go. A-team. We have to build that set next week.
What I like, no messing about. out you came, straight into the dance, and it was a bit like maple syrup. It was smooth and tasty. And I tell you, maple syrup, I feel better for watching things like that.
Hey, Bruno, what do you think?
Oh, yes, me too, me too. Cute as a button. I had too much sugar for tonight already. Oh, God, I gotta calm down.
Wow.
Oh, I mean, you got the fun of it all, which is absolutely right. I'm sorry. and it's good. You had a lot of Foxtrot content in there, and it was highly recognizable. It was a proper Foxtrot. I told you before, though, you know what I'm going to say. Shoulders, top line. You keep forgetting. You get into it, and then halfway through, oh, here we go again. Turtle, turtle, turtle. No. No ninjas, darling. Diva.
All right.
Diva time.
Yes, and
remember.
I mentioned during dress rehearsal that if you make it through to next week, the set department's going to rebuild Atlanta for you. Head back to the Red Room if you would, all right, for your skirts. Great job, Kim. Special guest there. Great to see you. Switch Up is back. Starting right now, we want you to switch up the couples. Select the dance styles they'll perform on April 18th. To give each star a different partner, post to Facebook or tweet using hashtag DWTS Switch Up, followed by a hashtag containing the first names of the remaining star and remaining pro you want to see dancing together. I'm talking real fast. On ABC.com, you can vote to switch the couples and pick the dance styles, plus find the full details of American Switch Up. Aaron?
Carrie Ann said, congratulations that you look the same. I'm going to say it's not fair that you look the same, but that was fantastic. Hey, we saw quickly during your video package, Mrs. Garrett, Charlotte Rae, give an adorable comment about her height. She has a little insight to what a younger Kim Fields was like during the Facts of Life. Let's throw to that.
Oh, okay.
As we rehearsed and got to know each other, I realized that she was full of piss and vinegar, you know what I mean?
Sasha, what is that piss and vinegar all about in practice?
Dad, I have no idea, but we're going to find out.
When?
Next week,
Oh,
hopefully.
yes.
Hopefully.
All right, well, let's find out the scores.
Carrie Ann Inaba.
8.
Len Goodman.
7.
Bruno Tonioli.
7.
22 out of 30. I want to know, what would Tootie's reaction be to these scores?
Just like mine.
She'd be very happy. All right. Of course, there is an elimination coming up tonight. If you want to see them next week, if they're able to get through it, you've got to vote for them. Tom?
All right, Aaron. Okay, everything must go. We're just giving it away. Next on the floor with the story of his most memorable year, Super Bowl MVP Von Miller. He dances with Whitney when we come back live. Shannon getting us back into the show. Our Super Bowl MVP's most memorable year has been all of 3 months and 4 days in the making. Let's hear more about Von Miller's memories as he reveals his favorite song to Whitney.
My most memorable year will have to be 2016.
Hey, Zach! Here's the sack! Miller, that's him again!
Me and my teammates, we won the Super Bowl. It doesn't get any bigger than that.
When Von won the MVP, my mom was crying, my dad, he was cheering. It was just happy.
You know, my dad, he didn't want me playing football at first.
I'm not sure if his dad didn't want him to play because he was too small, but I know he didn't want him to play. So, you know, Mama Miller, being the mama that she is, she went behind his dad's back. She just went to the town center and enrolled us and kind of kept it a secret when our dad went to work on the weekends.
We would change in a Suburban, go to practice, unchange, and go back home. I just thought that was regular. I thought every kid that played football did that exact same thing. It wasn't until, like, we were in the championship game that my mom finally told him, you know, he wasn't the happiest, but, you know, I've been playing football ever since.
Oh, he loves it now. His son's a Super Bowl MVP, you know, so it worked.
This week, Whitney and I are dancing to In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins.
So this song means something to you, right?
I don't know. I've never really listened to Phil Collins like that. I can't admit. It happens to be the song that I listen to before every game. It just puts me in a great mindset. It's the calm before the storm for me.
Better, better.
You look like a little ninja. You make it look easy. I mean, I want to be great, and I'm something that I did in football and something I'm trying to do now with dancing.
That was really freaking good. That was really good.
Before we go to Len, I just have to ask, that would have been the last song I would have thought you'd listen to before every game. Why Phil Collins?
My college coach, Dave Kennedy, he kind of put me on Phil Collins. Other than that, I wouldn't be.
All right, well, there you go. I'm sure, other than the two of you, the happiest person about that dance was Phil Collins. Len?
You know what I like about you? You come out and you give it 100%. There's no holding back, no playing safe. The lifts were brave. And, you know, there's something charming about seeing a big guy trying to be graceful. And I thought that was terrific. Well done.
There you go.
Thank you.
But you won the Super Bowl, now you won the Super Hunk 2016. That is a work of art. Sculpted to perfection. It was very, very difficult to look at the dancing, actually. I mean, extremely hard. Forget about Whitney anyway, who cares? But I have to say, sorry. Okay. Seriously, you're huge, and yet you're very, very light. Stop it. She's very naughty. She's saying things you shouldn't hear.
No, focus.
Oh, no. The one thing, work on your turns. I know because you're big and your center of balance is very high, you have to keep the balance within yourself. If not, you go off kilter, and then it throws the rest of the dance out. Practice the turns.
You saying to somebody else that they're going off kilter is ironic.
Right.
Yeah. Carrie-Anne?
Life imitates art.
Carrie-Anne?
You know, I watched you play at the Super Bowl. It was amazing. You're like this dominating beast that controlled the whole game and the whole field the whole time. I'm going to tell you something because I think you have more potential than we're seeing. I feel like you're giving us not 100%. Like you were so relaxed. You did the lift, and from then on, I saw you got into it a little bit more. And you know I'm telling you the truth. Like you got into it a little bit more. I want to feel like that's a powerful song. I use that song to hype myself up too. You were not in that level of zone from step one. I want to see you in that level every dance you come out. Right now, I feel like you kind of ramped up into it. So it was very nice. It was pleasant, but I want more from you.
You want fulfill.
I want
fulfill.
Full throttle.
Fulfill. We'll find out the scores for Vaughn and Whitney when we come back. Next, the former Mrs. Donald Trump, Marla Maples, reveals her most memorable year as she dances with Tony. And still to come, Antonio and Sharna. Plus, after a week off with an injured back, Mark is back to Dance with Paige live.
Welcome back. Before the break, are you laughing? What are you laughing about?
He's just funny. You guys, he's a funny guy. And probably one of the hardest working people I know. Honestly, he's the best student, and we just had a lot of fun out there. I just babbled, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. It's fine. Did you babble and tell him to put his shirt back on, too? Because we didn't need that.
It was distracting a lot of people.
Before the break, we saw an amazing contemporary routine, and we heard Bruno go on and on about what it's like being a very big man, learning to dance like that. I can't imagine. Put into words or maybe give us one of the best stories about trying to learn contemporary this week. Anything funny happen?
Yeah, I was referencing Napoleon Dynamite, the dance at the end. I didn't know anything about contemporary. I was like, Napoleon, she turned me into a contemporary dancer. It was great coaching that got me there.
What was the one move you loved the most when you learned contemporary dance, Vaughn?
The reach. She said the reach. It's got to be the reach.
You love the reach. What did you think of? Another Super Bowl ring or what?
Yeah, reaching for another Super Bowl ring. Yes, ma'am.
You're welcome, Demaryius Thomas. You heard me. I know you're in our audience. All right, let's get your scores.
Carrie-Anne Inaba.
7.
Len Goodman.
6.
Bruno Tonioli.
7.
Tell you what you'll be reaching for, Len, to change that number right quick, right? All right, so 20 out of 30 for Vaughn and Whitney. Of course, no one is sure if they'll make it past tonight, but if these two do, they're going to need your vote. So get to it. Tom?
All right, so Aaron, Vaughn's inspirations were Phil Collins and Napoleon Dynamite. Okay, whatever works. Next up, actress and host Marla Maples. She will jive with Tony after we hear about the time she became mom to Tiffany Trump.
My most memorable year is 1993, the year I gave birth to my beautiful daughter, Tiffany Trump. I met Tiffany's dad when I was 20 years old. That's 2 years younger than my daughter is now, and it's like kind of frightening when I think about it. That time, he wasn't a world-known name. I met him through a friend and thought he was, wow, what an interesting person. I didn't feel anywhere prepared to be a mom at that point in my life. But in October 1993, there we were, bringing little Tiffany Ariana into the world. So, it's just amazing. Just amazing.
Was it difficult being a single parent?
Well, later I became a single parent. Her daddy and I divorced in 2000. And yeah, it had its challenges, but in a way, I got to raise her doing our own thing. You know, there wasn't a man there pushing the buttons saying what we could and couldn't do. I think when you are a single mom, you realize there's things you can do that you never imagined you could do. And that's kind of like now. I'm doing something I never imagined I could do. But just having her there believing in me makes me all the stronger. I love you. Love you. Thank you.
You got this. My mom and I have the most amazing relationship. We've always had the strongest bond. She is just truly the most amazing mother. And I'm so proud of her, and I'm so excited for tonight. And I cannot wait to see her perform.
Oh, I want to make her proud.
You will. You will. I know you will.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that can go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do. Come on.
Marla and Tony. No mellow yellow there. Driving up a storm. Come on down, guys. Come on. That was fun. Yeah, everything's fine. Everything's where it should be. All right, good job. Bruno, go ahead.
Oh, my darling, you turn out to be a right bright and zesty hot canary, fluffing over the rooftops of New York. First, I have to praise the fact that it was a proper jive all the way through.
There you go.
But be careful, though, not to lose timing, you know, and not to go flat-footed. Keep it on your toes and pump it a little bit harder. That's all.
All right. Marianne?
Sometimes what you say is kind of gross. You know what? You are just so bright. You dance so beautifully. Like, there's so much energy. You're so athletic. I love that you did not take the shortcut. You did a lot of content. You pushed yourself physically, and the energy was up there from the top to the bottom. It was fantastic. You did start off. You got off on the wrong foot at the very beginning, but you quickly remedied that. That was on purpose. Very well played.
No.
Happy?
No, she picked it up.
You're happy?
Yes, yes.
I'm happy.
Oh, my God. There you go. Okay. All right. Head on back to the Red Room. Okay. Next Monday night at 8/7 Central, season 16 runner-up Zendaya joins us as a guest judge for our special Disney night event. It is going to be a fun time in the ballroom. Don't miss it. Aaron?
Well, you just sound overjoyed to get this over with. What's happening? Oh, Kim.
Wow, this dance really kicked my butt, let alone...
No offense, Tony. We're more worried.
I know.
More worried about Marla's. You pumped to get this over? Because I know even in dress rehearsal you were like, did you like it?
Of course. I'm asking everyone to do, because we're giving so much, and it is so athletic, and I'm watching him give so much every day. He's sweating like the symbols of the universe on his sweatshirt. It was so... We've given everything, and this was so important because my daughter's watching, and I just want to give my best.
You did fantastic. Let's see what the judges think. Great job.
All right.
Carrie-Anne Inaba.
7.
Len Goodman.
7.
Bruno Tonioli.
7.
So 21 out of 30. Tony saying good. Of course, once again, we'll say there will be an elimination tonight. I know that's a little stressful. If you can make it through, they're going to need everything out of you at home. Vote for these guys. Tom?
All right, Aaron, thanks. When we come back, Pittsburgh Steelers star Antonio Brown tells us about the memorable year a special person came into his life. He'll foxtrot with Sharna and his mini-me, Antonio Jr., after this. Live. Most memorable year performance, our Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver chose to include his namesake.
Yeah, before Antonio foxtrots with Antonio Jr. and Sharna, let's hear about some special people in his life.
I felt we did a great job. I felt I was into it. And,
You're definitely into it.
crazy we got a low score, but...
You have the talent. You just need to apply it more.
The judges did give us a lot of critique, but I think it was pretty fair.
It's not where we start, it's how we progress and how we finish.
Absolutely. I like that. Right, left, right, faster.
My most memorable year is 2007. I was a freshman at Central Michigan. I broke a college record, and my son was born in the same day. When I saw my son for the first time, I knew right there that I had to work hard to make sure I could take care of him to give him the life I never had.
This is about you being a dad, and one thing that I always remember you telling me is that your kids are the purest love that you've ever known.
It was difficult for me to not have my dad around, knowing I didn't have that support system from him or that leadership to show me how things was done. It's important to me to give my kids a better childhood because that's what generations should do. You know, we all should make the next one better.
Antonio's a really good father. He's really involved in his kids' lives and making sure they get to school on time and just playing with them.
You get me. I tell my kids I love them all the time, just so they know that Dad's he got a big heart. You know, no matter who he is or what he do, you know, my love is always unconditional towards them. Football will come and go, but my family will last forever.
Are you excited?
Yep.
I'm incredibly excited to have you in this number. The minute you see Antonio talk about his kids, his face lights up. And it's so beautiful to see that.
20 years from now, I want to be able to sit down with little Antonio and watch this and feel really good about it.
I think you will. It's going to be such a special moment for the two of you.
Thank you.
Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. I'm still learning about life. My woman brought children for me, so I can sing them all my songs and I can tell them stories. Most of my boys are with me, some are still out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm still savvy. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got 61. Remember life, and then your life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I wrote a letter once. I hope my children come and visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold? Or will I build a land of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Once I was 7 years old. Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old.
Antonio, Sharna, and a scene stealer, Antonio Jr. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right. Carrie Ann, what you think? That, huh?
That's so cute, Antonio Jr. Just for you, just for you, just for you, Antonio Jr. This is for you. I love that. Okay, now that routine, that was just for Antonio Jr.
Yeah.
For this whole routine, though, I want to say I saw much more refinement. I saw you doing the Porter Bras. You did what football players always do so well in our shows. You gathered all the energy from the audience, and I felt like you were going in for the touchdown. It was awesome. It was really beautiful. One little thing, just watch your hands because it's all there. You still have a little bit of like a catcher's mitt going on. I'm not sure, so tender that out.
All right, Len.
Well, I don't like to disagree. I didn't see enough refinement in that. I thought it was... Oh, you can see what you want to see. That's why they don't have just one judge, because we all see with different eyes. I thought you did a very, very competent performance. I loved old little Antonio there.
Yeah.
Great. But I wanted more refined.
All right, fair enough. Where do you come down
Oh,
on this?
you got your secret weapon there. Mini-me. A weapon of mass enchantment. You are a delight. And I have to say, you were going around there, it was like watching a dizzying, dazzling silver twister around the room. You put so much into it. The complexity of the steps were very, very high. You get excited and you start to skip. Don't skip. He does. He goes up, 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 up.
No.
You can't do that because it loses the finesse of the dance, my darling.
All right.
Sorry.
All right, we have to skip along to the skybox if
There
you
we
would.
go. Ready, skip.
Good job. First 10 of the season for Antonio Jr. Our biggest ever Disney night event is happening next Monday night at 8, 7 Central. And 2 weeks from tonight, American Switch Up. Go to abc.com for full details on how you can make that show happen. Aaron?
And Antonio's daughter Antoinette is here as well. You get to come stand by me. Great job. Do you want to give this to your dad? Do you want to give this towel to your dad real quick? There you go, Dad. Amazing job, you guys. Get over here, because I don't know if there's a lot of pollen in the air, allergy season, but we're all tearing up right now. How awesome was that to dance with Dad?
Booming!
There you go.
I mean, have you just had your hands full all week or what?
I have, but it's been a lot of fun. They're such an incredible family, and it's been beautiful to get to know them and work with them, and this is a really special piece.
Wait till you go back and watch the video of this. I mean, the best part maybe in the beginning. This one, as you can tell, I mean, he just has a lot of stage fright. He is sitting up there and just having a time. You will love it.
It was amazing. It's a special moment for me.
It was great. All right, you ready for some scores? Let's go. Let's see it, Len.
Let's do it. What do we got?
Carrie Ann Inaba.
7.
Len Goodman.
6.
Bruno Tongioli.
7.
Antonio Jr., what do you have to say to Len about that score?
One in the middle?
Yeah, the guy in the middle. That guy. Unbooming.
I'm booming, yo.
Yeah, yo. Tom?
Yeah, he said he's booming.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. Our special guest, Andra Day, will be back to sing as Jody and Keo dance. And next, Paige Van Zandt, Paso Dobles with Mark. Coming to the ballroom next Monday, it is an all-new live Disney night event. It is Disney night.
It's like real life Disney happening right in front of us.
Deliciously wicked.
I got my cat.
Good to see you, Mickey. Moments from now, Paige Van Zandt and Mark Ballas dance the Paso Doble on ABC. Welcome back to the Octagon, which isn't quite Octa-ready yet, but will be. If Mark wasn't injured enough last week, now he's going to get the crap kicked out of him. For her most memorable year routine, I cleaned it up from dress rehearsal, didn't I? Yes.
You did.
Paige Van Zandt will Paso Doble to commemorate her debut in the UFC.
I just flipped the disc.
Last week was crazy. Mark's back went out, and Alan had to step in.
Well done for producing the best dance so far on season 22.
I'm happy you're okay.
You know, we'll work with some other people to kind of help me get through so I'm not like overstraining myself. It'll be a day-by-day thing.
My most memorable year is 2014, and it's when I had my first UFC fight. When I was in high school, I had a very, very tough year. I was very bullied. I went from being like a 4.0 student to not showing up to class and missing almost the entire year. I couldn't go to class without people trying to throw trash at me when I walked by. I completely lost who I was as a person. Because of all the bullying, I found fighting, and it made it all worth it.
When 20-year-old Paige Van Zandt enters the Octagon for the first time tonight, she will do so as the second youngest female fighter in the UFC.
I wasn't meant to win that fight. I had a lot of people doubting me.
And now batting away on Kurt, who's hit some trouble here.
She was facing an undefeated opponent, but that didn't shake her in the least bit. In her mind, she was going to win, and she did exactly that.
Paige Van Zandt with a stoppage win in her UFC debut.
Paige Van Zandt is just getting started, and she's one of the top 10 best fighters in the world.
I completely just owe my life to fighting. It changed everything for me.
Yeah, do that one more time and be a little bit more flexible with your back.
I fought through such hard things that were supposed to like break me into nothing, and I made it, and it's okay.
It's okay, man.
Don't make me cry again. I'm a fighter. I'm not a crier.
Drag him over here. Come on, Mark. Great job. Oh, such fun. Great job. All right. What a job. I can't wait to hear Len reaction.
We can't hear you. Great teacher, and you're a great choreographer. And you've got to say, it's a wonderful performance. And if that had been a contemporary, it would have got a really high mark. But for me, it didn't look like a paso doble.
All right, Bruno.
What I felt, I was watching Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Mark, she kicked your ass into place, I tell you that. You've got to watch that one because I've got the feeling you've got a winner in your hand. Fantastic. I love the creativity. I love the power. I love the energy. Amazing.
Oh, my God.
All right, Carrie Ann.
Excuse me, kids, but that was badass. I mean, there is no way else to say that. Badass. What I love is I totally disagree with Len. We have to keep hold on. You didn't even hear what I said.
Disagree with the truth. I don't mind you disagreeing.
Len, decaf, Len.
I didn't even say anything. Look at crazy. He's like hearing things out. What I wanted to say is we have to keep the show moving forward. We need innovative ways to do these dances. That was a paso that matched perfectly with the ladies. It was awesome.
Good job.
That was lovely. Console him. Yes, all right. Let's see if he consoles you with scores. Let's go right to them, yeah.
Carrie Ann Inaba.
8.
Len Goodman.
Not so bad. 7.
Bruno Tonio. 8.
There you go. No, that's good. I would, based on what you said, 23 out of 30 for Paige and Mark. As always, the judges' scores only half to tell. Your votes will tell the other half. Get your shirt if you want. We have some cage-free couples coming up. Fuller House star Jodie Sweetin shows her comeback year as her most memorable. Here's the story behind her return.
The most memorable year has been this past year of my life. Like getting to step back in and find my dreams and the things that I love again. When the original Full House wrapped, I was 13 years old. And it was a huge shift in my life. You know, everything that I'd known from the time I was 5 years old suddenly ended. And it was, you know, saying goodbye to a family that I loved very, very much. You know, at such a young age, it really was a huge loss for me that I didn't know how to grieve. Drugs and alcohol just sort of numbed everything. I was doing cocaine and ecstasy and, you know, alcohol and all of that. The darkest moments for me weren't necessarily like winding up in the hospital or anything like that. It was those quiet moments alone when I just hated the person that I'd become.
This whole beginning is like that dark place in your life, like that negative energy. It pulls you back, and then it's like, you've got this. Just keep your strength.
I have been sober for 5 years now. Through my sobriety, I can be happy with simple things now.
To see Jodie come out of the dark place and make it to the other side, I think she's completely inspiring.
She's a great mom because she's been through so much. With that comes honesty, and the more honest you are with your kids, the more you can be real with them. And I think that's her biggest accomplishment, is that she's just incredibly real. And that's one of the things I love the most about her.
When I got the call to do Fuller House, I just had this moment where I was like, oh my God, like, what a gift to go back to doing what I love. I remember my mom saying that when I was little, I had this light that shined really big, and that she'd watched my light become very dark. And I just remember my mom saying to me, like, your light shines again. And so, like, doing this dance, I get to shine again. You know, I dimmed my light for a long time. And I don't feel like I have to do that anymore.
Jodie and Keo will perform a foxtrot as our guest Andra Day sings when we come back live. Back. Before the break, we heard the story of Jodie's triumphant comeback. Here's her dance with Keo to a song by our special guest, Andra Day.
Broken down and tired, of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see dig you, so we can walk it out. Move, mountain, and I rise like the day. I rise unafraid. I rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you.
Jody and Keo. Andra Day. Her album Cheers to the Fall is out now. Ray Chu on piano. I wanted it to keep going. Bruno.
Well, I have to say, Andra's vocals were absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
A dream. And the power of that vocal performance managed to give you your best performance to date. Never more connected and involved. Get her back.
All right. Carrie Ann?
No offense, but I think that performance came from you. And that was truly the most inspiring performance of the night. You were totally authentic. Self-hatred is a powerful thing. Thank you for sharing your story and turning it into something so gorgeous.
There, nice.
All right, man.
Me? Well, who else? We've got no one left. It was a very emotional story, and I thought you portrayed that through the dance. I thought your... the elements in Hold, you looked terrific. It got a bit over-dramatic for me at the end and lost a bit of foxtrot feel. But the... if you're going to do it, will you? Thank you. But overall, I thought you did a wonderful job. Well done, both of you.
There you go. Congratulations, Bob. Wonderful job. Head to the Red Room, if you would. He marinates in the booth. That sounds like a good idea, actually. Tonight, we want you to start voting to switch up the competition on April 18th. Go to abc.com to vote. Find full details of America's Switch Up. If you share your votes on Twitter and Facebook, they count twice. Aaron?
I love this smile, Jody. And can I say I wish you could have heard during your dance, just all the applause and everybody cheering for you. You talked about your light in your video package. I'll get emotional here. I love that you've shared your light with us. I think everyone on the show has come towards your light because of how special you are. You have tears in your eyes. Tell me what it was like doing that performance.
It was incredible. It was incredible. You know, I have shared my story before, but to share it out there on the dance floor and to do it with such an amazing song and such an amazing partner, I couldn't have asked for a more beautiful moment, so thank you.
Thank you for being so real with us. Let's get your scores.
Carrie Ann Inaba.
8.
Len Goodman.
7.
Bruno Tognoli.
8.
23 out of 30 for Jody and Keo. They're tied now with Paige and Mark for the highest score of the night so far. And of course, if they're able to make it through tonight's elimination, they're going to need all of the help from you at home. So get to the phone lines, get to the internet, get to everything. Tom?
All right, Aaron, thanks. Still to reveal the most memorable year in each of their lives, Misha Barton, Wanye Morris, and Niall DeMarco. We're live. We're coming right back. Jenna Allen and Kareel getting us back into the show. Next up, the actress who starred on The O.C. Misha Barton tells about her most memorable year and the behind-the-scenes shift she experienced this week.
What's your reaction to your second live show?
On a scale of 1 to bad, bad. I really thought that we were gonna nail that dance.
It just didn't fit to the music.
I felt terrible.
5.
That's my worst case scenario.
Misha's reaction after Monday Night Show was, I think, upsetting.
I was relying on you to make it a positive experience.
You're already in the zone of like being not wanting to do this. That's my honest opinion.
Look, I don't know what more I can do, but I've tried. I can't do another week of this. He's not getting it, and it's horrible for me. The day of the show was very stressful. I've always been a very instinctual, reactive person. When I did the OC, I think I just got to the point where I was like, I'm not sure I'm enjoying this anymore. It was a year, 2008, when the OC was at its prime, and I just felt like I was in a machine and I couldn't really get off. So it was time to like step back. So I went back to England, and it was just a year of real self-exploration.
Overnight fame can kill you. I have an idea of the journey that she's been on and some of the challenges she's had. And just the fact that she is still showing up, you know, does my heart good.
I don't know. What do we think?
I think this week she feels determined to show that she is wanting to do this and she does care.
We're going to crush this. 2008 was a year of change and just putting myself in a better place. In a weird way, it parallels this week. And that's made the whole thing like 100 times better.
Who doesn't want to be at this party right now? What?
They make sense. Am I gonna fit in? Jumped in the cab, here I am for the first time. Look to my right and I see the Hollywood sign. This is all so crazy. Everybody seems so famous. My tummy's turning and I'm feeling kinda homesick. Too much pressure and I'm nervous. It's when the taxi man turned on the radio and a Jay-Z song was on. And a Jay-Z song was on. And a Jay-Z song was on. So I put my hands up and play my song. The butterflies fly away.
Misha and Artem. Right. Come on over here. Now, it seemed like you were having more fun this week.
Yeah, no, it's been really fun to dance with the troupe.
Yeah. So, wait, you actually were having more fun?
Yeah, not that we don't ourselves, but yeah, we were having a blast.
Wonderful. All right, good. Good to hear. Carrie Ann?
For me, watching you, the show is obviously having a really profound effect on you. I'm seeing real big shifts in who you are as a person, and I'm so happy because that's what dance has always been for me, is a tool to grow. And, you know, going through the most difficult times right after is always the breakthrough. Tonight, I definitely felt like you had a breakthrough. I saw the joy. Your musicality, we got to work on that. You got to listen to headphones, got to get into the music a little bit more, but you were dancing with joy, and that is a big step.
There you go.
I really appreciate it.
All right, go ahead, Len. Sure.
More fun. You've come out and performed, for me, your best dance. Well done.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Well, strength in numbers, isn't it? It's good to see you having fun with a posse. I know you need your own crowd, you know, to let it all hang out. That's what you need, but you are more relaxed, more engaged. Timing is still not your strong suit. But, you know, there is space to grow, but the attitude is the right one.
Thanks.
Maintain that attitude.
There you go. 3 positive reviews. All right. So that's got to feel better.
Yes, it feels
right.
so much better.
All right.
Yes.
Let's see if it translates into scores. Let's get the judges' score.
Carrie Ann Inaba.
Okay. Oh, God. 6. Sorry.
Len Goodman.
6.
Bruno Tongioli.
6.
There you go. A happy couple with 18 out of 30 for Misha and Artem. If they make it through tonight's elimination, they will still need votes from you. Phone lines remain open for 1 hour after the show. Still to perform their most memorable year dances, Wanye and Lindsay, and Niall and Peta and Ben. It's tonight's elimination. Another couple will be sent home live. Welcome back. For his most memorable year, Wanye Morris chose the time Boyz II Men performed for the world following a national tragedy. Before he and Lindsay waltz, let's hear his story.
My most memorable year is 1996, when Boyz II Men sang the national anthem at the closing ceremonies of the Atlanta Olympics. A week before our performance, there was a terrorist attack at Olympic Park, and everything was just so tense. In our minds, it was almost like, what can we do to help? We wanted to sing as hard as we possibly can.
There was about 60,000 people in the stadium and close to 1 billion people watching. It was massive. The most people we've ever performed in front of, ever.
And the only thing I could think of was, don't mess up, don't mess up. We started off, boom, and I was like, oh, the harmony was right on time. And once it was over, I was just standing there, you hear everybody roaring, and I was just like, wow. That was a moment when I felt like we made it. Boyz II Men went back to the studio to recreate the same song. Yeah, that was it, right? We want to embody that same emotion that we felt at that time. It was good? It was good? It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. We want to combine a beautiful song with a beautiful waltz.
This is gonna be new. This is gonna be a little bit out of your comfort zone.
As teenagers from Philly, singing in subway stations and bathrooms. Keep pushing me. All the way to singing at the Olympics. This was a huge moment for me.
It's about your life and something that was special
But see,
to you.
you know, this is making it even more special to me. With this waltz, we're gonna bring 1996 into 2016. We've got it.
It's gotten.
We got it. It has been gotten. 20 years later, I'm back on stage performing the national anthem.
See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we marched were so gallantly streaming.
Beautiful dance, beautiful rendition of our national anthem. And his fellow vocalist, who's over there. Great stuff. All right. Len, what you think?
Well, I think you lost your posture on occasions. Well, he did. Why did you boo the old guy?
Oh, it's all right.
A bit of respect for old people.
I do.
You're still bitter about losing the colonies, aren't you?
Having said that, you've got such lovely fluid movement. It's like ice cream on hot apple pie. It just melts away. Never forget this. I'm a big fan of your dancing. Please keep it up. I think you're great.
There you go. Bruno.
It was grand, majestic. You really captured the sweeping power of the message and the song. It was a stellar performance. The thing is right, it happened. No, this is serious. Everybody did it tonight. When you are so emotionally involved with things, when you're performing at that level, sometimes you get overexcited. Everybody did tonight. That's why a lot of little mistakes and imperfections come to light. You have to learn to guide all of that excitement and keeping the finesse and the refinement. That goes to everybody,
right,
not just
enough.
you. Yeah? Fabulous.
I'm watching you dance and I'm going, yeah, that beat is like so smooth. I'm like, wait, that was a cappella. You were creating the beat with the way you moved. That musicality flowed through you to all of us. Like, I was watching the audience. Everybody was like moving with you and pulling back. And like, it was like we were all inside the music. You were the Rockets' red glare.
There you go. 3 raves. Head on up to the Skybox. Congratulations. There is another big after party featuring special guests immediately following our show on abc.com. DWTS All Access. Right now, Dominic and Louie are chatting with season 18 runner-up and one of our favorites, Amy Purdy. Aaron?
I feel like Len needs a happy pill. Don't you think Len needs a happy pill tonight?
I think, well, I thought I kissed him. Maybe that was going to do it.
Well, obviously, that turned him the other way. He wasn't happy about that. Wanya, Lindsay, gorgeous job.
Thank you.
You were fantastic, but first let me praise this beauty. Let's stand up on our marks before we get yelled at. Wonderful choreography. I agree with Carrie Ann. You start moving and groove, and then you're like, it's the national anthem, and you did a fabulous job choreographing that.
Thank you.
20 years later, dancing to this, how did it feel?
It was a little overwhelming, you know what I mean? Because I got my fellas in the audience, and I know my family is watching, and I just want everybody to be proud of me, that's all.
It was gorgeous. All right, let's get your scores.
Carrie Ann Inaba. Len Goodman. 8. Bruno Tonio. 8.
24 out of 30, the highest score of the night. As you were walking up here, Tony and I were joking that Len maybe needed a happy pill. It seems like he took it. What do you think of that?
I'm happy. I can't say anything else. I'm just like overwhelmed. Thank God.
Yeah, what you can say now is tell all your fans to vote. Get to it, Tom.
All right, Aaron. Lenny found his 8 paddle. Last up with a tango to commemorate a time he put all fears aside for a life-affirming adventure. The winner of America's Next Top Model. Let's see what happened when Niall and Peter trained for their dance.
I actually thought it was stunning. Tempo-wise, you were fantastic. I'm still fascinated at how you do that. But what you lacked was a connection to the musicality, the tone of the song.
To me, that is absurd to say when you cannot clearly hear the music. I was really disappointed with the judges' comments. Musicality? That's pretty hard to teach a deaf man in week 2.
We survived. We just move on to a new week. We work our hardest and give them what they want.
Okay.
My most memorable year was 2012, the year that I traveled the world. I was born into a deaf family. I have 2 deaf brothers, my mother, my grandparents, everybody in the family is deaf, 4 generations back.
I never taught Niall that deaf people are disabled. We taught them that you are who you are. You're a human being.
Over 20 years I had been in the deaf community. I needed to get away to understand myself and to know what I wanted to do in life. So I traveled without an interpreter. I'm not sure where my fearlessness comes from, but obviously it's something that I've had since birth.
Ever since he was a little boy, he's been fearless. He likes to try something new and to see if he's capable of doing it.
This week, my goal is to be fearless.
There's no la, 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 la. It is boom, 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 boom.
And I don't expect the judges to take it easy on me.
And don't lean on me ever. It gets this. He can do anything he puts his mind to. He did modeling. Now he's dancing and he's taking off from there. What's next for him? Maybe he could be the president of the United States. Who knows? Maybe.
Niall and Peter Tango when we come back, and then it's the second elimination of the season, and it's live. Welcome back. Before the break, we saw how Niall spent his most memorable year traveling the world alone without his interpreter. Here's his dance with Peter.
I ain't too sure what I believe in, but I believe in what I see. And when I close my eyes, I see my whole life ahead of me. These are ours. Out on the verge, of the rest of our lives.
Niall and Peter. All right. Ramon, how do you say goosebumps in sign language? There you go.
Goosebumps. This is goosebumps. Thank you. Thank you.
Carrie Ann.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Me first. So Bruno.
Oh, sorry.
He doesn't want to go first. All right. Well, let me say. Okay. So Peter, first of all, I love how fiercely you protect Niall. And I have nothing but respect for you.
I know.
And I think that maybe in my comment, musicality was a broader term than I meant it to be. What I meant and what I did not see tonight was that you didn't go when the music went up last week. Tonight, when the music crescendoed, you came down that diagonal path and you were with the music. You were on the wave of the music tonight. You captured that tonality that I was looking for. I thought it was brilliant. Niall, you are like, I love Superman, but you're like better than Superman.
All right, now, Bruno.
Perfect. Thanks.
Well, Bruno, now.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, guys.
Well, I'm going to explode in a second because that is what I was waiting for. Finally, a passion-driven, whiplash-inducing, breathtaking ride of a tango. You should be the rider at Six Flags, I tell you. You'd be packed all the time. But it had such passion, such belief, such connection, beauty of movement. There was a moment when you stopped, time froze, and you just went right off it like a dream. You are the special one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you lost your frame on occasions, and I think that was due to the speed of the dance. There was no playing it. You went out there. I would have probably liked a little more stillness here and there throughout the dance. Tango's about light and...
I'll get it down. I'll get it down.
Tango's about light and shade. You want speed, and then you want stalking. Now and again. But I've got to say, you're proof that anyone can do anything if they want to.
I got a feeling we're looking at some impressive scores here. Let's get right to it.
Carrie Ann Inaba.
8.
Len Goodman. 8. Bruno Tongyou.
Here it comes. 9.
25 out of 30 for Niall and Peter. Of course, no one gets by on judges' scores alone. I want to just add. I want to add to this this well of good feeling by telling you, you're safe. You're safe. You'll be dancing with us next week. We look forward to that. Take your spot over with the other couples. All right, Erin, come on over here. Wow, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
The judges' scores and your votes from last Monday night's competition have been combined.
We can now reveal which couples are safe to dance with Niall and Peter next week and who is in jeopardy.
The first couple who is in jeopardy is Doug and Karina.
Did you say Doug and Karina?
Doug and Karina are in jeopardy.
And joining them are Misha and Artem.
Also in jeopardy are Jody and Keo.
There is some good news. The remaining couples, you're safe.
Doug and Karina, Jody and Keo, Misha and Artem on this third week of competition. The couple leaving right now is Misha and Artem.
Let me have you guys walk over here. Tom said it, the judges said it. You look like you had a good time tonight.
I did.
Are you glad you came here to be with us?
Yeah, I really am, yes.
We've seen this over the seasons. Couples who leave on their best night, and it's always kind of bittersweet, but I hope you take more of the sweet. from tonight? Because everybody felt, I think,
No,
to a
it's been a
person.
wonderful experience.
Good.
It really has.
All right, take a bow, center stage. You've earned it. The rest of our stars need your votes to survive next week's elimination. Their numbers are on your screen right now. Phone lines remain open for the next hour. You can vote online at abc.com and on Facebook until 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific tomorrow night. While you're voting, don't forget to switch up our couples. Pick their dance styles for America's Switch Up 2 weeks from tonight.
You okay? All right, our after party is starting right now at abc.com/DWTS All Access. You have more.
Oh, more?
Now.
I don't know. I get paid by the word. Next Monday at 8, 7 Central, it's our Disney Night event with guest judge Zen.